want to, did I start too soon? Okay. Anyway, I want to add, to the agenda, Cliff, I told him just to come in and give us a quick report of an incident that's happened. So, you got anything you want to add to?
No, just, I'll second that.
Okay. And you want to add Darren?
Yes. Darren for, what was it, Bridge 145?
Yeah, 45.
45.
Yep. Darren Duncan, Civil Con for Bridge 45. And you'll be during the county highway part of it, so anyway, I second that. All right, Cliff, go over to the podium and.
The podium?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
I wanna make it like, Stephanie makes hers.
Wouldn't give him a reason.
Okay, many of you probably don't know, I do run the maintenance and custodial department here. We take care of the grass and everything down at the old Jones School property. We had an incident last week. We went to pick up our rider mower from Humphreys to return it after getting spring service done to it. When we returned to the property, we noticed that the 2 storage barns that we have down there were broken into, chains cut, latches cut. We had security locks on it that can't be cut, so they improvised. And in the mix of that, obviously they didn't get our Dixie chopper, but they did steal a brand new self-propelled push mower and an air compressor out of the barns. So I just wanted to let everybody know that has occurred. And I've spoke to Tom and Andy that we need to do something down there because we can't be down there on a daily basis checking that every day and night and everything. So I proposed maybe a trail cam or something down there that at least we could have pictures if somebody did break into it again. That's all I got.
One other thing while you're up there, and I'll ask these guys, are we gonna do anything with the trees out here, or what's your guys' thoughts on the trees?
Define which trees.
The 2 old pine trees that have been here, and we've had a couple of discussions on taking them out. Waiting on you guys to decide whether you want me to get bids to take them out, or if we want to leave them, what we want to do with them. I know they've been a concern of several that eventually they're going to fall over and
I say we receive bids. I know it's a sore subject with some, and it's a sore subject for others, so anyway.
I'm afraid the wind is gonna catch them one of these days, because I don't think the roots are that big on the pine trees. So I would suggest to get bids on it.
that would be my suggestion. There has been some type of bug that's burrowed into the trunks of them. Eventually they are going to come down, and when they do, they're going to go all the way across the street. They're too tall to not cause us a lot of damage for the county.
I'm assuming this is an operation that'll have to be done on the weekend.
I'm sure it would be, and we'd probably have
Or we're
to,
gonna have to petition the city to shut the streets down, no matter when we do it.
yeah, no matter when we do it, we'll have to make provisions for that to happen.
I agree. Let's get quotes, see what it's gonna cost, and we'll go from there.
I second that.
Sound good?
Unanimous.
And one other thing
I will do it.
I want to bring up, since we're all here, I've talked to you and I've talked to these guys some about it, and mentioned that I think we need to, I know everybody wants to wait to work on the courthouse and see how the annex goes and stuff like that, but I think the bathrooms up on the 2nd and 3rd floor, we need to do some we need to do some work on them. Especially in the men's restrooms where they got the step up. I know we got one ADA bathroom, it's down here on the first floor, but I think we need to look into, maybe remodeling our bathrooms here in this building, so.
And the second floor women's also has a step up, so if somebody's handicapped and they're on the second or third floor, they're gonna have a hard time getting to a restroom. There'd be 3 of them total that would need to be, the steps removed, and
That's money that comes out of Q and Cap, Christina,
They can.
right? That's pretty much what that's for.
so I can work on getting some bids for that as well, to see where we're at and what it would cost. But now, with that being said, would you wanna do the women's bathroom on the third floor, since it's all flat? Just put new tile and
Yeah.
get rid of those step ups and,
Yeah.
okay.
When we circle back to the buildings down at the property,
Sure.
so, this is the first time, I think, since I've been here, they've been broke into, so, did they tear the buildings up at all? They just cut locks and take off?
The bigger barn has a slider door on it. They took a pin out of one of the wheels up top that holds it up on the slide. Other than that, I didn't see any real damage to it. I've already replaced latches and locks and chains, which was around $70 to replace that stuff, but I still gotta get a pin and fix the roller door, the slider door. But luckily, that's all it looks like was damage-wise.
Okey-dokey, so we just need to work on replacing that stuff before we start
Yeah.
mowing through the too.
I would suggest we get a camera or something on there if possible.
I mean, we could pick up a trail cam and we'd have an SD card, or, I mean, they have them where they go straight to your phones, but then you gotta have a phone plan to go with that. And, you know, I know, do we really wanna spend money for that when we can get one and have an SD card that we could go pull out? And
Good suggestion. We got an executive session here afterwards on security. Maybe better time to discuss that, guys.
Okay,
Sounds good.
thank you, Cliff.
Thank you, sir.
no problem.
All right. The next thing on our agenda is the bids for the loan for 308 Medic Way property, which the health department is, we are purchasing for the health department. Do you want me to read this, do I gotta read this here?
No, not
Okay.
for the question.
All right.
You want me to open them up? You got them, Tom?
Here? Okay, I go here.
All right, the first bid we received was from Tri-County Bank and Trust. Their proposal A is for $1,150,000 is a 5-year fixed, 5-year term at a rate of 4.47%. The annual payment would be $261,765.21, or quarterly payments at $64,601.34. Proposal B is a same amount of money, sorry, $1,150,000 with a 5-1 ARM 10-year term, whatever I'm not a banker, so I don't know what the ARM part of it means. I guess it'd be amortization, I guess.
Adjustable rate.
Okay, adjustable rate, sorry. It starts out at 4.87% on the 10-year term, and the annual payment would be $148,017.83. The next proposal is from North Salem State Bank. for the same amount, a 5-year rate of 4.55%, a 10-year at 4.55%, and a 15-year at 4.55%. The amortization is fully, good grief, Andy, speak up, amortizing fixed rate.
So the same percentage for all
Yep.
5
Right.
and 15?
Yep. And then, let's see, the one with 5 payments, the payment would be $262,325.49 for the 5-year. The 10-year with the payments would be $145,693.15, and the 15-year would be $107,449.29. The next one is from Hoosier Heartland Bank. Their interest rate is 6.85%, and it's got in parentheses a WSJ prime plus 0.1%. Theirs is based on 5-year, 10-year, or 15-year. And our last one is from First National Bank of Cloverdale. Their 5-year term is 3.90 for 5 years. 10-year term would be 4.4%, and a 15-year 4.9%.
So,
And to let the people know of the county, this is not, the payments on this building will not be costing anybody any more money on their own taxes. This here will be paid back through our hazardous waste fund from the landfill at Russellville. Go ahead, Rick.
so Tri-Counties, North Salem, and First National were fixed rates?
You're right, on the 5-year for
On
Tri-County.
All 5 years are fixed rates?
Yeah, and then Tri-County's 10 years.
10-year
It
is an
it could-
adjustment?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And their rate, for 10 years,
Yeah.
Tri-County was 4.87. folks. I should have been writing this down as I was reading it.
Oh, you're good. Do you need to review these at all, their legal beagle, or not?
I mean, you guys are just accepting, you don't have to make a decision or anything, you just open
Okay.
it and do anything.
All right, so
We'll have
if
to
we,
look at them, yeah.
if we just accept them, then when can we go proceed with approving them and, or approving one and going forward?
Next meeting, the special meeting.
We-
You gotta,
Well, I mean, we got 45 days from February 1st to close,
the middle of March, it's closed.
so. um, Where we at on timeframe?
Middle of March.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, how, for the ones in the room that are here,
I would imagine.
because
once
we
you
also
pay-
have a
Yeah.
person we're purchasing the building from that wants it done as fast as possible,
Right.
I would defer to the people, I mean,
so.
how quickly, once you decide how quickly it goes, I don't know, that's the question.
March 18th.
It's March 18th,
Yeah,
March
if your
17th.
hard deadline is March 18th, then I would say if you could have a decision in the next 2 weeks, that would give the title company. And the title company would take 2 weeks if the title work's not already done. So, unless there's requirements from Vmix as far as new appraisals or environmental screenings or anything like that, then
Because our next meeting's March 2nd, so that doesn't really give us, it's really pushing us, I guess is what I'm going.
it'll be fine.
If there's no hiccups, it good, but,
March 2nd.
Yeah, but
okay. So we're accepting them today and we'll approve one on March the 2nd? Is that what we're going with?
well, yeah, we'll have to, right? I
Okay.
mean,
Unless you have another meeting.
Unless we have another meeting
3.9.
in between.
right, I got that. I just wanted to
So-
name what the. So, what you guys, you don't wanna talk about the, how many years you wanna go with it, or,
No, I'm good talking about it, sure.
I mean, we
To
got,
me, we go 5,
you wanna go 5 years?
is my opinion, as quick as possible, but
Well, I know the more years, the,
gives us the best interest rate
right,
on all of them, except for, well, there's one bank that's, or 2 banks that are all the same. We verified that there's that much per year, Christina, correct?
Yes.
If we go 5 years, we're allowed to spend that much.
okay.
We can spend 10% out of that hazardous fund for safety and, so, per year.
Well, do we wanna set a special meeting up? Or you wanna wait till the 2nd?
That's up to, if we're confident we can get it all into the deadline.
Are you confident over there?
We need somebody to blame when it doesn't work.
I'm your guy,
Are you the guy?
I'm your guy. No, I would say that's why I defer to the bank. I don't know how long it takes once, I mean, we need to work tile work.
How many-
Tile work today.
Do we just have one bank represented here? Right?
Yep.
There's no others? Okay.
I would think 2 weeks in advance for a closing would be enough time, but I don't think.
Okay. March 2nd it is. If you guys are okay with it.
That's fine. That'd be fine. We'll do we'll make our final decision on March the 2nd at the evening meeting at 6 o'clock. Thanks for coming, guys. You can stick around if you want. Next up on our agenda is Lisa Ziner, which I am on the planning commission, so anyway, we didn't, go ahead.
So the cell tower rezoning, they didn't get their legal notice published in time for the February meeting. The Plan Commission March meeting is full, so the Plan Commission continued this to the April 9th meeting. I'm here just to request that your decision be continued to April 13th.
That's fine. I mean,
I think you have to vote.
we gotta vote for it.
It's an ordinance, so it was advertised, so you have to actually vote to table.
So I make a motion, we table the, you want to insert the number? Or,
Yeah, it's the rezoning for a cell tower. It would be 2025-RZ dash
we can insert it after.
80-something. Okay.
I'll second it.
So that'll be it. But that's gonna move to what, April?
April 13th is the request, yes.
All right.
Got anything else for us?
Not unless you guys have something for me.
Tom second, I said unanimous. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Unless you have questions for me, I'm good.
I
Okay.
don't think so. Well, while you're on that subject, since you're here, we all know the next meeting for the planning commission will be March the 12th at 6 PM for the solar towers, or for the solar field at Cloverdale, at the Cloverdale High School. And I want to bring up with these gentlemen, if we could, on March the 16th, have a meeting on March the 16th. I know that's our commissioner day, but at 6 PM, just for the vote for the proposed solar field. So I guess I'm making that a motion.
16th, we'll have two meetings,
Yeah,
one at 9 and one at 6 PM.
yep.
I'll second that.
Okay, I'll make that unanimous, sounds good. You advertise for that?
Commissioner Beck asked me about it last week,
Okay.
actually, but yes, I'll take care of it.
If they don't do a contingency again or whatever, we don't know, but now we got it set, so everybody can get it out there on Facebook. So, anyway, thank you, Lisa.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
March 16th, thank you. Everything good on the, you gotta get a vehicle estimate and all that? Got a wreck over the last week.
Oh, yeah, so our building inspector was rear-ended. He was at a complete stop, and the person behind him did not stop. Their vehicle was totaled. We are working with Tom, yeah, same person that was doing the other one. We do have an estimate. We'll get that in. He's gonna order the parts. Our vehicle is still drivable, so we can still drive it until he gets the parts in.
Place while it's in the shop.
The other vehicle will be done this week, so, yeah, we're good.
And he's okay.
He's okay, he was not injured, yeah. The good thing was the tail hitch that we didn't know we had saved it, so, or saved him from getting hurt, yeah.
You're up next, Miss Kelly.
Good morning. I'm here to discuss a proposed alignment of EMS holiday compensation with an existing county practice for rotating 24/7 public safety operations. EMS employees work 24-hour shifts and cannot observe holidays in the same way as a standard weekday employee. Historically, EMS has used a flat holiday stipend of $100 per shift. That was a policy that we inherited from Operation Life prior to us taking it over. Which differs from how other public safety departments, including the Sheriff's Department, handles holiday compensation. What I'm requesting today is direction to align EMS with an existing policy-based approach already used elsewhere in the county. This does not change base pay, staffing, or schedules. It only addresses how holidays are compensated when they are worked or missed due to rotation. I sent you guys a brief on what that would be, and since there's some Sheriff's Department folks in the room, if what I'm interpreting is correct, it is double time on holidays if they work the holidays. And because they cannot, they can't help if they don't work a holiday because of how their shifts rotate, they earn 8 hours of pretty much comp time for every holiday they don't work. If I'm reading that correctly? Okay. Okay, thank you, Tom. So I did a little bit of math on what that would cost our department. Obviously, we've already budgeted for their base hourly when they're working. We did not budget for the double time rate, and we did not budget for the additional PTO that they would earn for every holiday that they don't work. But when I did the calculations, I calculated it at double time of everybody's hourly pay, and then I did it at the highest time and a half pay rate for the cost of backfill. It's never gonna be at that rate, or it might be, but it's not always gonna be at that rate. I calculated it as a shift lieutenant's time and a half pay to do backfill, but sometimes that could be an EMT, sometimes that could be a paramedic at a lower rate. I did two numbers. I did if employees utilized 50% of their PTO or if employees used 100% of their PTO. I have both of those numbers if you would like to know them.
What do you mean utilized?
So if an employee decides to utilize their PTO throughout the year, because I have some employees that like never use PTO, and then I have some employees that use every ounce of PTO that they have.
Right.
So
What does PTO have to do with the holiday?
the cost of backfill. So if because right now they're not earning 8 hours of PTO per holiday not worked. So if we implemented that policy, then there would be an additional cost because they would be earning additional PTO.
Is the sheriff's policy, is that a handbook or is that an additional policy that the sheriff's department has on its own? Right? So that's just different, that's, because we have the county handbook policies, and then we have, EMS has their own set of extra policies, sheriff has their own set of extra policies.
Yep.
Okay. And so currently, if I'm not scheduled to work well, today's technically a holiday, but it's not, then anybody who doesn't work in the sheriff's department on that, is not scheduled, they get 8 hours extra pay. 8 hours of comp time.
Yep.
Recently changed that in the current policy, holiday comp or whatever comp. It's more convoluted than I was.
It is definitely. So then where's 911? I guess where I'm going with this is trying to do, we have 3 agencies that work.
Yep.
24.
24/7, 365.
So,
The auditor's office gave me a copy of 911's, and it's nowhere near anything that's being proposed currently. They have kind of their own thing going on too.
so we have 3 different
Correct.
departments with 3 different policies.
3 different 24/7, 365 public safety departments with 3 different holiday and PTO policies. Yes. I would like to align with the sheriff's department. It makes the most sense, and it's handling a lot of internal issues at EMS right now with how they earn PTO and how they earn holiday pay.
So, if I'm hearing this right from both sides, even though if you're not scheduled to work and it lands on a holiday, you still get paid for it.
You get comp time
That's been like that for years.
because they can't help how their shift rotates is how I saw it. So they earn 8 hours of comp time for every holiday they aren't scheduled. So for example, we have A, B, C, and D shift, correct?
Right.
So an A shifter, there's 15 holidays this year. An A shifter works 5 of those holidays, so they would get double time on 5 of those holidays. And then they would earn 80 hours of PTO for holidays not worked. My other suggestion for that, because when one of my employees in EMS has to take PTO, they have to take 24 hours at a time, and they don't earn it very quickly. So my other suggestion is we calculated at the beginning of the year of what holidays they work, what holidays they don't. If we move forward with this policy, I would ask that any earned PTO from holidays not worked be front-loaded on EMS employees' PTO bank at the beginning of the year, and then they earn it regularly throughout the rest of the year.
I guess I don't, where I have a problem, where I have a problem is why, if they're getting double time anyway for working a holiday, why do they need an extra 8 hours of PTO time? I just don't understand that.
When I designed this one, I mainly just wanted to align it with another already approved
Or
24/7.
comp time, whatever. That, me and Rick, I know, Tom, we've had a discussion on this. I'm tired of this comp time crap. I'm sorry, but, it just bites us at the end, and my feeling is, and I've discussed it with these guys about it, I feel that we just pay the overtime and comp time just goes away. I mean, I don't know. That's my feeling, because that just, whatever, but anyway.
Okay.
Well, that's a discussion, another discussion.
Right.
But circle back to this. Did you guys work 12 hours shifts? Some people do, some don't.
All the merit deputies that work the road.
They work 12s. Okay. I'm just trying to, we need to make everything the same for all 24/7 agencies, I think. It all needs to, whatever it comes down to.
Exactly.
If that's working well and it works in your budget, and you've obviously had that policy for a while and nobody's ever questioned it, so I don't see a reason to question it now, but we just need to align everybody to be the same. So,
I know
according to
Tom
the sheriff's.
brings with him, some experience from Greencastle, which seems cleaner. I have to have a grease board look at this thing, because it gets so complicated. Anyway, they pay, and I think that's the answer where you're going, Andy, that I don't know, I don't have all my stuff with me today, the grease board, but I do believe that you are right in that we should look at, it would be cleaner and easier, and for us covering schedules, to just pay them, holiday, because if you're not scheduled to work and you don't get any benefit from the holiday, it's not fair.
Right.
You know, I mean, it should be equal across the board. And our guys, and ladies in the jail especially, that are working those shifts and away from the family during the holidays, we do want to take care of them, but it is a bigger picture. And in my opinion, it would be easier with money than with comp time. It'd be easier on us to cover those shifts when we come off. So I'm all for it, but I just don't have it today, and then take a grease board and in my mind wrapped around it again like we did about 3 months ago. Because we changed ours about 3 months ago with the holiday comp, the regular comp, and that was like, changing what rate it goes. So, I'd be more than glad to entertain a conversation about it.
Okay.
I was to say, one thing too, though, is you're gonna have to have a budget
Yes, sir.
for that, so.
So for this issue today, and I have not looked at the sheriff, so you're telling me that this policy that you're presenting is 100% the same as what the sheriff's department uses?
Yep, I had the auditor's office send me a copy of theirs.
Okay. All right. I make a motion that we approve this policy for EMS as presented.
I got one question. I'll second it, but I ain't seconding it yet. If we do it for them, we're gonna have to do it for 911.
Correct. I totally agree.
Advertise it as an ordinance change. I mean, I know it's internal policy, but so I don't know that you can actually do it today, that you can say, yes, we're going to do this, but we need to.
How about we make,
There's also going to be a cost, so that's going to have to be an additional. I've got the cost for my department.
so how
I've-
about we give tentative approval to this based on advertisements, budgets, the whole rigmarole of the 19 steps it's gonna take to get there? And then we'll circle back around.
Does that include my proposal of front-loading any earned comp holiday?
What do you mean front loading?
So like I said, it takes,
I don't see front loading in there anywhere.
it does not, it takes 24 hours of PTO for my people to take one shift off. They don't earn it as quickly and as much as the sheriff's department when it comes down to hours worked per year. It matches in years 1 through 3, but once you get past years 1 through 3, their amount of hours of earned PTO per hour worked each year actually kind of starts getting a pretty big gap in between it. So we're not earning as much PTO as everybody else who does public safety 24/7, 365.
One issue, we
When
used
you
to do it
say
that way, and
who's
people
everybody
quit,
else?
and then they would have we have to pay it out.
When it comes to us, everybody else equals the sheriff's department at this point. They're the closest because nobody else works 24-hour shifts.
Okay, but a standard deputy that works 12-hour shifts, how many hours a year do they work if they work their normal shifts?
Hold on, I got them.
It's almost like 12 or 13
we work, when I did the math on the whiteboard, we work 6 more hours. Well, we, not, when I say we, I mean the 2472 folks. We work 6 more hours per year than the sheriff's department.
Then why do you need more compensation time for PTO than?
Because they're earning it,
6 hours difference for a 52-week year.
they're earning it quicker than EMS employees, and we have to take 24 hours of it at a time.
Good, but you're only earning 6 hours less, correct?
Hold on, I took a,
This is lots of math.
it is lots of math.
Advertise this for the March 16th meeting, and then, but, I mean, the ordinance itself, or the change it, I mean, I think there's gonna have to be other conversations, we have to bring council into it on the budgetary side.
Yep.
I mean, I just say it needs,
I'm not against it, that's not what I'm saying, I'm just trying to figure out
Right. I mean,
all the math.
it's, all the math is on my whiteboard if anybody wants to stop by.
Take a
But like I
picture of
said,
it and send it to us.
Should this be administrative, because it sounds like, I mean, we're in the middle of revising a rough draft for county handbook. It's evident that the addendums obviously need to be, changed and amended as well. So it sounds like we need to start having some administrative meetings, and that way we can just discuss those
Yeah.
topics instead of this.
Sounds like an excellent idea.
Yeah.
because like my additionals, I'll have to make sure with Christina, like what's in our reserves and, you know, all that other stuff, so.
Look at other local agencies too.
Yep.
There's one, if I'm right, takes holidays and pays it, just everybody gets a set fee, and if you work your fees on it.
Yeah.
Easy. That's a greasy board.
Hi,
Hey,
how you doing?
good.
I will also be presenting ambulance bids on the 16th too, so that's a big day for EMS.
While you're up there, how about giving us an update on our red ambulances we have in the county, and how is our ambulance inventory right now?
Does anybody know great mobile mechanics? Raise your hand. Because anyways, so we wrecked the one on November 29th. That one is still in St. John, Indiana. When I was told last week that the old chassis has officially been removed, and the new chassis has been put underneath the revamped box. They got to rewire it, and believe it or not, it is only 8 bolts that hold those boxes on those chassis. I mean, massive bolts, but, so that one's close. One of our Dodge Reserves, the liquid spring system, went out last week. I've got somebody working on that this week. They had to order parts last Thursday. We are still borrowing an ambulance from Madison Township Fire Department out of Morgan County, because we are waiting on the remounted truck. We are waiting on the brand new truck that we have ordered. And one of my reserves is down. Madison Township's totally fine with us continuing to borrow it, so we're keeping it just for, just in case.
And the new one?
The new one is on her way. She's actually in St. John, Indiana as well. So they're finishing up touches of that and getting our vinyl package and all that stuff on it right now.
Okay.
So
So we're tabling this, we're gonna have an administrative meeting in the next couple of weeks to start figuring this out? Is that what I'm
yeah, I mean, I
hearing?
can go ahead and advertise like an ordinance change, but it probably wouldn't be until the 16th of March, but that way,
Okay.
that you'll have something to work towards getting it completed by that date. We'll be getting all the numbers, there'll be a council meeting between now and then.
If we can work on a date and stuff and start having administrative meetings, because we need to for the handbook and all these events.
Other things? Okay.
Got anything else?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next up is Mark O'Leary for the 2026 Dust Bowl.
Howdy, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. I've been here, this will be the 6th year for the Dust Bowl 100 gravel bike race, so we continue to grow each year. We've sold out at 1,400 participants this coming year, have representation from 31 states and 4 different countries now. So the event continues to grow. Last year's event, And as we have done in previous years, the event proceeds go back into the county, both Morgan County and Putnam County, to support a bunch of initiatives there. Within Putnam County, we give monetary donations back to Putnam Parks and Pathways, a couple food pantries, and we made a $360,000 economic impact into the region through last year's event. So the ask this year is similar to what it's been the past 5 years, just county road access for this year's event, which is July 25th, a Saturday. The route at this point will be the same as it has been pretty much every year. Starts in Eminence, but 95% of the route goes through Putnam County, up along the east side of the county, past Heritage Lake, up towards North Putnam High School, and then back down, staying along the east side of the county there and finishing back in Eminence. One note that we've had to deal with the last couple of years, we have, I think, 3 bridges now on the route that are closed. So that would be 211, 288, and 152. So we worked with Clint the last couple.
There are folks that actually tailgate.
We have, yeah.
There's people in the community that
Can I put a tow gate up?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. More,
cheer them on as they go by.
more and more people out having tailgates and cheering the riders on, and I think we're going to use some private property. We've got a guy that wants us to put a path through his woods and do a kind of a mountain bike trail through there as part of the race this year, so it'll be fun.
Do we need a motion for that to allow it?
Yes.
You go ahead and make a motion and approve it all based on the map that if you approve the map today, I'll get out a use agreement like that's what we've done in years past and all the liability stuff, and then he'll sign it, get it back, and I'll have you guys sign it next meeting. That way you just, basically you're approving the proposal on the map, and we'll get the use agreement from that.
I'll make the motion to approve the 2026 Dust Bowl 100 for Putnam County.
I'll second.
All right, make that unanimous.
You got it, Matt?
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I did have one thing for Mark. Concerning the bridges.
Yep.
152, over Hitch Ford,
Yep.
that's gonna be undergoing repairs,
Okay.
starting this week from what I gather.
Okay.
And those repairs should be done by the time the race
July rolls
is
around.
scheduled.
Okay.
On the other hand, 211, down there Eminence.
Yep.
We'll see how things go. That bridge is hopefully due for replacement.
Okay.
If things go well, that bridge may not be there in July.
Okay.
It may just be a gaping hole across the creek.
Okay. Yeah. Keep.
So I'll keep you informed
Yep.
as to what's going on with that.
Okay. Yeah. Keep me in the loop, and we can obviously route around those as needed. Yeah, with whatever transpires. So, appreciate that.
Just want to give you a heads up on that.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep
Don't want guys going off into the river. So, okay, great.
The good news is, though, the following year,
Nice new bridges. That'll be great. Yeah, no worries. Okay.
Then we'll take $80 of tire tax.
That's about the registration fee right there. So I don't know if I can double that, and everybody would go for that. So.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Next up is the sheriff, and for the Heritage Lake Special Deputy position in jail control panel, work for the heating and cooling system.
We're gonna take a hard pass on the heating and cooling until a month from now. Thank you. Because we're getting some other bids and some other ideas.
Okay.
So. Okay. So coming to you today, reference a contractual agreement between the county and Heritage Lake Property Owners Association that lays in front of you. The history is important in this county, especially with regards to this subject. Heritage Lake is growing quicker, I think, than any other part of Putnam County when it comes to homes. That's my assumption only. But I know of crunching the numbers through the tax office and a couple things that 2 out of every 10 homes in Putnam County that I provide service to outside the city of Greencastle is in the Heritage Lake area. So it does have a consolidation of those homes that my department provides service to. And The history is that in the past, we've had 2 or more reserves, police officers or deputies that lived in the area that were able to provide a stopgap, and that's what I call it for response time. It's in the corner of the county, of course, as you know, and those have worked out fairly well. When I became sheriff here in Putnam County, 2 things were going on. Ken Roselle, a seasoned manager of reserves, was living and working living up there, but he was working the whole county. And the Heritage Lake Property Owners Association was paying for a off-duty off-duty sheriff's deputy to patrol the area in a vehicle. When I got here and I got my own legal deputy, those both kind of went away. The reserve living there, Ken retired from doing the whole county, managing the reserves, and Brian Helmer was the last one that I knew of that was doing it. And when I spoke with him about the way it was working, was he would go up there with a full tank of gas and work. They would pay him an hourly rate to be in the area and most likely provide vehicle or traffic work. In other words, slow people down, because that's a constant issue that falls in that area up there. Both those went away, and then upon talking to the legal deputy about revisiting this, he said that was not the answer, just paying someone off duty to do that with no contractual agreement. And since then, what has happened is for the last probably 6 months or so, Ken Roselle, the property manager, and Alyssa Borchak, the president, and Tom Sutherland and I, because Tom has been going to most, if not all, the meetings up there monthly that they have for the Heritage Lake Property Owners Association. We've sat down and talked about what's the best possibility for the future. The South Putnam School Resource Officer is built like the contract in front of you. The Hospital Resource Officer is a special deputy, is built like the contract in front of you. And me not wanting to reinvent the wheel, basically took those 2 contracts and have gone over it with the Heritage Lake Property Owners Association, and we believe that the future is in this possibility, which is a special deputy working for the county. So it's a part-time position, no benefits or anything like that, but able to provide them with extra patrol, because that's the way I see it. We don't patrol that area any less than we do the other 10,000 houses, in the county, or 9,500. But this, in my opinion, is the A answer. In other words, it gives them the opportunity to, if there's a constant area of complaints for speed in an area, Ken knows most of those, the special deputy will be able to go out and work in that area. They'll have full police powers to do that. Some things in here that might already be a concern was to us is that the special deputy will not be enforcing Heritage Lake Property Owners Association rules and regulations. So that's another hat that has to be put on at a different time to do that. But we see it as a great opportunity to do that. It has the 30-day out. If this isn't working for either one of us, it's easy. Either party, the Heritage Lake Property Owners Association or the county, can get out with a 30-day notice. It also has built into it to where we can make modifications to it. If they want more hours up there, they could do that. We see it as hiring a special deputy to work part-time up there for us, just like we do it at South Putnam and at the hospital. Those entities wanted more service, and we were able to provide that. We see this as the same way, and we can add to it or take away from it at any time. So that's my stump speech about it, and I think it's going to be a great benefit for both Heritage Lake and my agency.
Was it a new policy, will Heritage Lake pay for the fuel?
No, not right now. It's not in there. I know they had in the past, and we could probably entertain that, or you guys can. We can add to it or take away anything. Nothing's set, no signatures. It's actually between the commissioners and the Property Owners Association is who the contract, just like the others are. And then we are the ones that provide the service through the sheriff's office, of course.
Will this be the same
Good question. We see it, we have it on a good account that a property manager might be retiring up there, and we would love to have somebody come back that has the experience to do that. We've been talking with Ken and the president about that. But I will tell you this, Ken goes on vacation, and he should take his family on vacation for a week. Deputies will be able to work overtime just like they can. A merit deputy will be able to go up and make this hourly rate just like they do at the hospital. If our hospital officer can't show up, goes on vacation for a week, and they should, is that our merit deputies go in and fill in for it. So it's a plug and play. It's actually, we've been running it for 3 years now at the hospital and at the school, and we haven't made a lot of modifications, but yes, they'll be able to fill in. We won't have 5 or 6 up there. That's the one thing I talked to the president about, is we really want to find one responsible person up there with the experience and the history with law enforcement, and have them as the go-to person. But by all means, if they can't be up there, there's something extra, a merit deputy can take those hours.
So that'll be a $30,000 a year, right? 'Cause
Do the math.
$2,500 a month.
I'm sorry.
At $2,500 a month, that would be
Right,
$30,000 a
so
year.
built into that, it'll be just like the other, we pay the federal tax and everything out of that also. We also will peel off a little, I don't know what the percentage is yet, I'll have to look and see what they've set up at the auditor's office, but for maintenance and equipment. What we've done with that is, we pull out a percentage and we put it into that account. We get enough in there, like South Putnam got brand new radios, or brand new bulletproof vest. The hospital got a brand new radio. That's a big deal to law enforcement when you get your own radio, you know, and a one that works really well. And so what we hope to do with that is keep up with equipment like that and not have to have a drain on, you know, the rest of the county, which is exactly what's happened with the other 2 programs, both South Putnam and the hospital.
You have an extra vehicle?
We do. I mean, it's going to be keeping it together. It's Band-Aided together. It's going to have 175,000 miles on it. Well, we do. We are rotating the others through. We have not, for the last couple of years at least, handed anything out like we have in the past. They either get totally to where we can't use them, or our reserves and special deputies are maintained. They don't get any off-duty use, so they're only being used for county stuff. And I think they last a little bit longer, and they know to take care of them, and they do. And they could help us out with that too, with the maintenance on the vehicle, I'm sure.
You folks have anything else to add, or what's your thoughts?
I think our opinion is this is a good compromise. Our concerns are, we just want to make sure that the county and the sheriff's department knows that this isn't a replacement for them still patrolling up there, but it's just in addition.
So how many hours a month is it for $2,500? Is that a set amount of hours, or how does that work?
It says 24 per week.
Oh, did I miss that in there?
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Number
Oh,
2.
Look at that, maximum 24, yeah, my bad.
So you gonna do this job, Ken? With this
Yes, sir.
That was a quick answer.
I'm leaving late April 30th.
Okay.
So when you say it's not a replacement for patrols, so is it just gonna rotate each week, whether it's days or nights, or Monday and Wednesdays, Thursday, Saturday, you know what I mean? You're just gonna have a rotating,
It'll be a surprise event.
yeah. Okay.
The goal would be, nobody should know the schedule.
Right.
No, understood. But if Heritage Lake is paying the $2,500 a month, they want an assurance that we're not getting only 22 hours, or, we would love to have 30 hours.
I don't think
But
they would.
you know what
have to worry.
Well, but you understand what I'm saying.
I understand.
There has to be a check and balance somewhere. Okay. That's all I got.
I think a motion approved.
I'll second.
I will make that unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
So I need to sign this one copy, the extra one you give me? No? Yep.
And the president's here too, so. Give them a chance.
I like the code.
They can take it back to the meeting.
Yes, one.
My mother-in-law.
I know.
We have one copy. We just hang on.
Yeah, I just did one. Either way.
I'll sign 2 copies. You can give her this one.
You keep the other.
No, you keep it. Thank you.
Thank you.
up is Mr. Ryan Keller. Oh, he's already up there. He knew. Okay, go ahead, Ryan. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Good morning, members of the commissioners. My name is Ryan Keller. I'm the CEO of Thrive West Central. Thrive is a regional economic development and cooperative nonprofit. We work in 7 counties all throughout West Central Indiana, and we partner with about 15 counties and all the services that we do, but we have 7 core counties. Putnam's one of our 7 core counties. With that, every year we do an annual grant matching request to the commissioners and to the county. What this grant matching request does is it allows us, the local component for our federal and state grants, to leverage money that is specifically then used here within Putnam County for the work that we do. This year, the grant matching request comes to $35,865. That is a hold from what last year's request was as well, and only a slight increase from what 24's request was. It was $34,935.50 in 2024. So slight increase from last year and from the year before, and then the last 2 years will be a rate hold with that grant matching request. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. Also in your packet of documents was what the 2024 annual report was that kind of showed you what you got for your services. That was a 34-to-1 return on your grant matching request, and for all the work and the services that we did collectively, you produced benefits in Putnam County of $1.2 million with what that work accomplished in 24. I don't have 25's report done since we're so close to the end of 25. We haven't reconciled all of our books yet, so that'll be, I think our audit is scheduled the first part of May. So once we get our auditors in there and we reconcile all of our numbers, then I'll produce what the 25 report looked like. Any questions?
I know your office is very helpful because I had to use your guys' office last year. So anyway, appreciate it. And thanks for what you do and your new van. And that's one question that I got for you guys too is, so your van, you don't provide transportation in Putnam County, right? Or you can if it's requested, or?
So we don't do direct transit services here in Putnam County in regards to like a physical vehicle.
Right,
We,
okay, right, because, yeah, we got, right.
yours comes from Bloomington through Area 10. We provide money every year to Area 10 to supplement what your transit service looks like.
Okay, all right.
Now, with the new van that the Thrive Foundation did purchase, it is, since it was purchased with private funds, local dollars, not used with federal match dollars, it can do more than just what our traditional programs do. So if there was a one-off thing it needed to do, as part of the long-term vision that I'd like to see is we really struggle in West Central Indiana to have transportation back and forth to Indianapolis for specialty appointments for doctor services. I'd really like to have 2 or 3 vehicles eventually that, every other week or something like that, we're able to get a van load of people, take them up to their specialists, do that back and forth and fit that in. But with federal dollars, there's quirks with that system, and it doesn't always allow you to do that. But with the new vans that we have coming through the foundation, we are able to do that type of work.
Okay. And for you that don't know, the 2 contact people, if you need to get in touch with these guys from our county, one is Mr. Woodall. He's on that board, and then Kerry Williams, which is a county councilman. He can also help you get in touch with that office if you need assistance or anything like that.
And Kristen Clary is also a board member, and Mayor Dunbar as well.
I didn't know those 2 were even on the board. I just know that. Five members. Yep. Yep, Mrs. Cooper. Yep.
2 things. Number 1, I've been on the board now a year. Still trying to learn and understand all of the aging and disabled services. Because I did not even come close to realizing how many you provided. So that's a good thing. Second thing, in our match request, and I haven't asked this for a while, but there's the $4,300
Those are, you can do both in there. It's already dictated by NDOT where they want to see traffic counts. That data then feeds into what your community crossing application will be in the future. But if you have additional traffic counts or you want to see where we're at and you want to adjust them based on your traffic needs, we're able to do that. In addition, we're also able to do.
We met with them last year over traffic counts, and I know you guys had a huge project with the city, so.
Yeah.
We're just kind of waiting for that to finish up before we
Yep.
talk about more traffic counts.
Absolutely.
Besides what's in NDOT.
Yeah, and it's covered to where we upload all of those into the NDOT system directly. So we do that as soon as traffic counts get finished every week, then they get uploaded within a week or two after that, and they go right into the system. But if you ever want to see that traffic data, we can run reports through the NDOT system. It's a little clunky, but it kind of gives you a good idea of what the volume is passing through roads and intersections.
That's all I got.
You got anything for him, Tom?
No problem.
Well, thanks for coming up, Ryan.
Appreciate
Okay.
the job you guys are doing.
You're doing a good job.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate the partnership. Thank you so much.
Organization's doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yep. Next up is, Mr. Flint with the highway report.
I thought he was walking in.
You walking away? Yeah. You leaving us?
I'll do a mic drop before I leave. All right, good morning. Got a few things here on the agenda. I met on the 5th of February with Daniel Kurtzel from Kurtzel and Barker, Bridge Engineering. We looked at Ocala Bridge as per your request. Met out there. He took a look at it and is going to give me a report on what he thinks it would take to fix that bridge and get it reopened to traffic. He said the main problem with that bridge was where the arches meet the concrete. There was some rot in the beams. I thought that could be addressed fairly easily, and one of the beams had a split in it that we could probably address with plating. So I'll see what that report says. I do also have a on-call agreement with them on an hourly basis, not to exceed $20,000 in a calendar year. I'll take a look at that and sign if you approve. That's strictly for work as needed on an hourly basis.
We'd have to approve that, correct, Jim?
Mhm.
Is that something you need to look over too?
I'll say it's very similar to.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Until he approves it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of your name, Kurtzel
Kurtzel and Barker.
and Barber.
Yep.
I'll second that.
Unanimous.
Tentative approval on Jim looking it over, making sure it's worded correctly.
You want me to have him look at it before I sign it?
So that's up to him to decide. I don't want to back him in the corner.
Rick's got to sign it. They got it all wrong, by golly.
They got what? What else you got?
Okay, Bridge 152, out on Backbone Road. The work should begin this week, finally, after a prolonged period of time. So with the weather breaking somewhat, he said that they would be out there this week, barring any unforeseen circumstances. So that's good news, because that's been a while coming.
Yes, it has.
I met with Jammer Excavating and Column Construction last week. Took them around to some of the bridges that we're planning on replacing this year. Got a bid. I haven't got the bids yet, but we have some bids coming for the concrete work on abutments for those bridges. So that'll give us, regardless of what we decide, that'll give us an option as far as, what we want to do in pricing. I do have tractor bids, got the rest of those in. looked like probably the best choice would be between Case IH and Massey Ferguson, price-wise. I can hand those over to you, and you can take a look at those.
Just go ahead and read them off if you want.
Okay. Bain Welker, 140 horse, front wheel assist tractor, loader bucket and grapple, came to $122,451.
That's the farm all right?
Yes,
That's the heavier duty
No.
one? That's not the heavier
He's
duty.
got two bids, I
I
think.
got two bids. The heavier tractor is a 150 horse, front wheel assist, also with bucket and grapple. That came to $173,350. Chrisman Farm Center, Merry Christmas, from Chrisman, Illinois, Massey Ferguson dealer. They were willing to give us $15,000 on trade-in for the old 4630 John Deere. That would be on a 155 horsepower front wheel assist with loader, and that came to 165 even. The other tractor there at the Massey Ferguson dealer was a 145 horsepower front wheel assist with loader, also figuring a trade-in. That came to $94,500. And while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and give you the John Deere quote. It came to $177,826, and that was with two trades. So
What's the horsepower of that one?
let me see here.
Which model is it?
It's a 6M.
Yeah, let me find it here. Got multiple pages.
So they only give one bid,
Yes, one bid on one tractor.
but that's the heavier duty one, right, Andy?
It's a 6M, 140 horsepower.
That's 140 horsepower?
Yes. So that's-
What was they giving us on the two tractors? Because we gotta add that to the cost.
The 7220, the 2003 John Deere 7220, 20,000 on trade. And the 1976 John Deere 4630 was 10,000 on trade.
So the total cost of that tractor is $197,000.
Yep.
No, it'd be 200.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, it'd be 233.5.
Thought that was that Northfoot math company.
Yeah, I didn't carry a one, I'm sorry. So the Massey for the heavy tractor would be 165,000 plus the 15,000, so
Yes.
you're talking 190, right? 10 more. No,
Yeah.
180,000.
The total would be 165.
Oh, then take the trade off?
Yeah, it started out as 232.5. Government discount was minus 52.5. And then that put it to 180, and then with the $15,000 trade-in, that took it down to 165.
Okay. And then there was no tractors involved in the case at
No.
all?
No, they didn't want our trade-ins, did they?
Nope.
Yeah.
Given that, I'm waiting to hear back from the gentleman at Iowa Farm Equipment that has a grinder that we demoed. I'll get with him. I'm also working on quotes for a new road broom, which we desperately need. Last year ours gave it up. I got one quote from Southeastern Equipment for a brand-new unit, and that was $93,000. That was higher than I thought it would be. Brandeis Equipment is going to get back with me hopefully today on a price for a new broom, same brand as what we have. It's a Brosey broom. Southeastern carries Superior brooms. And there's also a place in Louisville that I'm going to check with that also carries brooms. I'll try to get a decent price.
Do they take a trade-in on those? What we have?
I can't answer that yet, so I'll try to find out anything that would help for sure.
Is any of the ones you're looking at the same as the one we got blown up?
The Brosey broom is exactly what we have. The Superior broom is very similar. Mid-mount broom, front blade, all the same, basically all the same specs. About 74 horsepower diesel engine. Probably if I could find a low hour unit, that would reduce the price by a fair amount. But I know in the past we've bought units that were rental units, and you know, they get some rough treatment during.
There's a reason.
Yeah. But moving along to. Got a few things on Bridge 45 on the county line. We do have a few companies that are going to take a look at that for us. CLR, Kurzel and Barker, Civilcon. So we'll see what we find out on that. You know, whatever you want to do with that information at some point.
I think if we really have a meeting with Hendricks County, we better, I'll have some information to.
Right. I knew that was in the works, but.
I contacted them, Rick's contacted them, and they have not contacted back. Is that true?
Well, we got one,
Well, we got
One
one
commission.
reply, say they would get us some dates to meet,
right.
and that was 2 weeks ago. We've not seen a date yet.
So if it does,
But squeaky wheel will get the grease,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
so whenever that meeting takes place, hopefully we'll have some information, you know, in your arsenal. So.
I just wanna know if they want the old bridge.
That's the big thing.
That's the big thing. Is that. Yes, ma'am, you in the back row. Could you state your name, please?
Yes.
Yes, it is a historical bridge.
That was one of the questions
Yeah.
that they had.
Yep.
Yeah, because we really don't want to store a historical bridge on our lot for the next 30 years for somebody to, in Sasper to wherever,
They haven't
need a
forgotten
bridge.
about you. That was one of the questions that they did have.
so. Yes, it is.
Tell them we got phones.
Oh, so they'll talk to you.
I happen to be there in their office.
All right.
Got our new trucks yet?
No, not yet. Well, we have them.
Right,
Currently-
they're up there.
Currently, they're at Clark getting outfitted. So, fingers crossed.
Hopefully we get them back for our March snowstorm in.
I hope so. Yeah. I'm still working on getting 2 trucks back from Kenworth for
So
the
we haven't
next.
got them back yet either?
We went to pick one up today.
Okay, let's bring this up. So, for several years, we've thought, and I think our highway department, our highway garage, I think we need to start a program to where as most people know, counties and cities are training grounds for young people to get their time in to move on, right? We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on all of our fleets of the sheriff department, the EMS, the highway.
Yep.
Everything we buy now, we have no one in this county that can work on it. It has to be shipped out. But I think we look at a program in our highway, we use that garage, or part of it, to where we go out and find a couple of individuals that are fresh out of automotive school, diesel school, make some kind of contract with them that, you know, they have their own tools. We have a 2, 3, 4-year program where you work for us, because the amount of time that we spend just in the highway department, having 2 people drive a truck to Indianapolis, Terre Haute, Southeast, wherever we have to go, wherever.
Yep.
To read codes, to do simple maintenance. They also can do oil changes, brake jobs on all the other vehicles. shots and all that. But, yeah, I just think that it's a program that we should look at. I know that as these mechanics get time in, that chances are they're going to go elsewhere for more money, but, so that's my 2-cent sales
Right.
speech on that, so.
We do
You
have an
wanna take
individual.
charge of that then, Rick? Is that what you're saying? You'll take charge and look it all up, the building cost and the tools and the computers?
Well, here, I'm gonna say yes to that, because the last 2 times I brought this up, the other 2 commissioners shut me down.
I'm not shutting you
Previous
down.
administrations, so, but yes, I would absolutely try to put all that together. Not saying it's a feasible deal, but just looking at it to see if it might be.
Right.
A lot of, with the sheriff's department, we try to do that, to have mechanics just at night use the county garage for oil change and brakes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't feasible.
Okay. So,
We do have an individual that is going to come and work with our mechanics and shop foreman and myself to teach us how to use the code reader that we purchased.
did you see the bill at the federal government of letting the big corporations let loose of the codes? There's a bill at the federal level, because a lot of the companies, Cat, John Deere, all these companies, they won't let loose of the codes for individual mechanics to look at. That way you have to go to dealerships and stuff. So, yes, sir.
On that, if you would entertain it, I'm always looking for, I mean, our inmates that work in food service. A lot of jails have employees do that. We have inmate workers that do it. We're always looking for them to get certified in service section when they get out, because 25% of our people get out. The trade of knowing how to change oils and put on brakes and tires would be something that I think even a good inmate worker could learn a trade from and be picked up by local shops too. So if you're going big picture, want to have that conversation someday, I'd love to be part of it.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right.
Sales pitch is over. Continue.
All right.
Figured I'd throw that in while we had a chance.
Yeah, yeah. Bridge 107, it's one of the bridges that I'm going to replace with a culvert and take that off our bridge inventory. I've got that planned for removal next week. And that's at the north end of 675 west, where it joins up with 125 north out in Madison Township. Last thing I have, we do have a new hire at the Highway Department, administrative assistant, to replace Mary Nichols,
Who's retiring?
who's retiring. That person will start
So we
on,
don't get those Facebook rumors going.
yeah, yeah. That person will start on March 30, and will do approximately 2 months of training before Mary finally exits for her retirement, so,
Okay. You have enough in the budget to cover that 2 months overlap?
yes. Yep, we have that covered. That, gentlemen, is all I have, unless you have something for me.
Have we been running tractors on trees?
Certainly have. Yep, every day.
Good deal.
Got
Awesome.
3 patch crews out all last week,
It's our newest
all this week.
tractor and mower still holding together?
Still
for
holding
now?
together, yep, yep. No issues yet, so.
All right, Mr. Duncan, you're,
I usually don't
just
need
like,
those.
you'll be,
So, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
We've just been covered up with snow for so long, I just felt like we ought to come out and enjoy some of the scenic weather here in Putnam County today.
So you came up here, couldn't see anything?
That's right, that's right. It's like driving through pea soup this morning. So Travis Miller in the back with me, we were actually going to have to look at a few bridges for Clint here today, so we thought we'd stop into the meeting. And I know I've talked to you guys a little bit, and I've talked to Clint about Bridge 45. So I just thought I'd offer to stop in and answer any questions that you might have on that. Commissioner Beck actually had me go out and look at that last year, I think, around this time. And it's, you know, an interesting project. say the least. A lot of complexities with it. Anytime, you know, the only thing better than dealing with 3 commissioners, you guys all know what that is. Dealing with
Dealing
6
with 6
commissioners.
commissioners.
Dealing with 6 commissioners,
Because it's
right.
on county line.
So you got a county line project there, basically. And we've got, you know, we're one of the firms that's looking at this, you know, as Clint mentioned earlier. And since that is a select bridge, I think you asked that question, it is on the historic select list. You will have to go through some more hoops with that to get approvals. So it's called a Section 106 Historic Preservation Permit. We've done those in the past. They're doable, but there are several different things that you have to demonstrate to the State Historic Preservation Office and the Corps of Engineer, because the Corps looks at it from a federal viewpoint, the state looks at it from a state historic viewpoint. So the fact that you may have an adjoining county that has a park that's right there that might be willing to take it would be very appealing. I would say it would make it easier, still won't make it easy, because we will have to demonstrate, or whomever you choose will have to demonstrate that you can't leave that bridge in place and bypass it. So obviously, if you're familiar with the terrain, you've got a rock cut coming down your side, you know, the county line there, the creek, you've got a county park on the other side. So we think there's a lot of argument there that it doesn't make sense and it's cost prohibitive to bypass that bridge and leave it in place. So just thought I would give you that quick rundown and see if you have any more questions for me.
So basically, the timeline on that would be, I mean, I know we've all spoke, you're looking at what, a year to get the permits done, right? Close to it, or if it I mean, like, if you started tomorrow, or?
Actually, I had our main engineer draft up, and I don't know if you're ready for this or not, but I can give you, he's got a timeline in here, what it would take to do that, should you decide to move on that. So you might, there's more there, so you can pass that down. I put my glasses on so I can read that fine print. So, if you look at this underneath a work requirement, which is Section A, that just kind of describes the project and what the different permits and permit applications. But if you go to this next page, it's going to talk about schedule. So when you look at this, and this is just being realistic, so don't get too shocked with this, but when you look at a total project schedule of around 645 days, so you're talking
2.5 years.
About 20 months in a good, you know, best case scenario. So you'll notice the biggest section is 270 days in for permitting, and that we would not submit for any of those permits, obviously, until we did preliminary designs and investigations so that we could demonstrate the alignments that we ruled out as being cost adverse to the project. So technically, about 9 months to go through permitting, about 6 months to get all the submittals and documentation together, which would include the route analysis, which they will require, like I said, regardless of who you have to do that. And before you get all the way down to that phase, my suggestion is, based on experience that we've had in other communities doing this, you should have early coordination, which it sounds like you're trying to have with your commissioners to the east in Hendricks County. And I would suggest, I can tell you that I've reached out, I've talked to John Ayers a little bit about this, which is their engineer, and he's made it pretty well known to me that he has his own bridges that he needs to work on, not just yours, right? But he also let it be known that he works for the commissioners, so if the commissioners decide they want to work on that bridge with you guys, he's going to do what the commissioners tells him to do. And that's a good answer, right? So.
It's the correct answer.
It is the correct answer. I would say it's a good answer too, right? So, in this, what I envision you coming out of with this is 2 different, what I call MOAs, which is basically a memorandum of agreement. Now, your first one probably needs to be an interlocal agreement with Hendricks County. So if you verbally come to an agreement verbalize an agreement, and let's just say it's something as simple as, okay, we'll take that old bridge off your hands if you guys get it permitted, and we'll set it over here in our park. It's gotta be in writing, because when we go to get the permit applications to, SHPO, which is the State Historic Preservation Office, and the Corps, they're gonna ask for that. They're gonna say, well, how do we know that they're actually gonna take this bridge? Well, then we show them your interlocal agreement between the counties that you've already agreed to, and it checks a box. You can imagine all these permits, it's all about checking boxes for all these people, right? So, your first memorandum of agreement probably should be with neighboring county, if they agree that they'll take this, and they'll probably wanna know how much is it gonna cost us to move this, so that's part of, you know, the project manager's job is to develop those cost estimates, so that you can kinda tell them, we think it's gonna be in this range. Now, we've all sat here and, had projects, I've had experience with projects, that took longer than expected, inflation that moves higher than we expected, and you're trying to bid all of a sudden a job that was estimated in 2020, in 2025, and you're way up here, because they never updated the cost estimate. So the other secret is you gotta keep those estimates updated the longer the project goes out. So the reality of that is your first MOA should be an interlocal agreement with Hendricks County. Your second MOA will be the agreement that you get negotiated with the Historic Preservation people. So it will be a joint agreement between you, State Historic Preservation Office, the Corps of Engineers, and more than likely Hendricks County. So it'll look like the Declaration of Independence with all these signatures on it. The last one we did was down in southwest Indiana. We had a city that took a similar type structure, put it on a city park trail, and it took the signature of the mayor, town council, and the commissioners all in that last MOA to satisfy the Corps and SHPO. So we do think there's ability to rehab the abutments that are out there, the foundations. So, and to take the old truss off, set a new truss, clear span across that channel. If you've all been out there, you know that it's a pretty deep channel, so rehabbing those abutments probably will be more cost effective than building new. And you're restricted on the space that you have there, so. I'll leave that for your consideration now, without any questions.
Well, I think it's something that we need to move forward on. I don't think we have to decide today, but, I mean, if, so you got two other people supposed to be, and it's been put out for what, a couple of weeks now, right?
Yep.
And neither one has responded, so,
Well, the problem
Go ahead.
with having it put out is what Darren said, that we have no agreements from any, this is all just, right now, we're hypothetically talking. And so that's gonna, I mean, I applaud Darren for
right.
going out and doing,
But if we go to this meeting, are we gonna have to have a like, give them an idea of what it's gonna cost to remove that old bridge and they take it,
well,
or?
but how do you do that? Because like, who wants to give an estimate of removing a
Well, they ain't
a
going
bridge?
to, unless they've got the signed
Because like you
contract.
said, it's gonna take a couple of years for us even ready for this bridge to be taken apart. You're
Well,
now 2 years.
what you would probably more than likely need to do is get that, you would set some high budgetary numbers and come in lower on your costs. So technically, to develop what cost it's gonna take to move that is we would bring in a few specialized contractors to see how,
Right.
what the feasibility is in taking it off in one piece versus if they have to break it into sections. And then, you know, the
Or
logistics.
worse yet, take it apart on.
That is the other
completely
scenario,
take-
is if
because
you do,
Hendricks doesn't want it.
yeah, if you do, if they don't want
And
it,
then
you will.
transport it to our highway department
Yeah.
to set.
Yeah. It sounds like you've been down that road before, Rick.
I don't know what you're talking about now. I just talked to. a
Taking
few
an old
guys.
bridge off, I mean,
Yeah.
cataloging inventory.
Right.
So, that is the other alternative if they don't wanna take it. And let's be honest, the state historic people, and I'm not knocking them, they have a job to do, right? So they're more excited to see if, nobody wants it to go in somebody's yard or somebody's inventory. You find a home for it, all of a sudden they're really nice to you. Because they want to see it preserved, they want to see it moved. That's the goal of the program, right? But it is a select bridge for a reason. It comes with a lot of other complexities. And I see you shaking your head. You've run into this before. Yeah. So it is a little bit of a unique animal to deal with, so. Anyway,
So, I guess this bridge is in my area, isn't it?
It is, yes, sir.
Since you and Tom have got all the new bridges so far in Putnam County, most of them.
there we go.
You got a violin?
So basically what you're saying is your bridges are 10 times better than our bridges. That's theoretically what you're saying.
Well, you've had better commissioners in the past.
Oh, gotcha.
Now I know why they took my pocket knife when I came in. They didn't want one of you guys
No.
to sneak a knife.
But
over.
anyway, I guess this is your proposal, what you've turned in, and we're not gonna give it out to anybody, so, anyway. I'm part of it.
Well, what it boils down to is, it is a professional service, so it is, if you follow the state protocol, of
Right.
qualifications-based selections, you select the best party that you think can do the project, and then you negotiate the fee. So the fee is in that
Right.
proposal that we think it's gonna take to get everything through in the realistic time frame to get it there. So, whether your other two people are as well versed in that or not, I don't know. I know, I don't know much about the other engineering firm, but I do know that the other firm is more of a contract firm, so I don't know what engineer they would bring in, but there is a lot of upfront engineering and scoping and permitting that has to be done before you can ever turn any dirt out there. So, anyway, our advice would be whoever you get on board, get them on before you have the meeting so that you can have numbers to meet with those guys about, because my gut feeling is they'll probably have John Harris at their meeting, and he'll probably start talking a little technical. Maybe, I don't know, engineers have a way to do that, right? They have a tendency to do that. I don't know. So, I can knock them because I'm an engineer, so, but anyway. But I would just suggest they'll probably want to see some numbers, so that, whoever you get on board, I would probably try to get some scoping numbers together before I have it. And then there's always the do nothing alternative, right? The bridge has been closed for a while. If you get into this, they decide they don't want it. And, you see the numbers to do the whole thing, and you think we can't afford it, then you just stop on the contract. Vote, nullify it, void it, and go on. But I will tell you, the last plug, my project manager in the office told me, the trees are gonna be out before much longer, so if we were gonna survey it, it would be easier to survey it before the trees get out than the leaves get out. It is a very heavily wooded border. So, any other questions?
I don't have anything.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, next thing is approval of minutes for the February 2nd regular commissioner meeting, and then the minutes for the council and, it was, wasn't it? My computer shut off.
I make a motion for the regular meeting minutes.
Second,
Unanimous.
then the February,
I'll make a motion for that one.
I'll second.
unanimous. And I don't think we had any mail, so, anyway. The next thing up is our, edit plan draft. Anyway, which we distribute the money. That's one nice thing about this here, we don't have to go in front of the council to. Well, we do, but we can delegate, right? Anyway, I know we gotta go for your approval, but.
Let's stay friends with the county.
Huh?
Let's stay friends with the county council.
Oh, I'm friends with all of them. But first, before we get started on this, I'd like to introduce one person, which they sent a thing in, and I'm Alicia, right? Okay, could you come up, and Miss Gray, that's Alicia, and she's from the Isaiah House, 117. I know Tom is him and his family are a contributor to that, and, go ahead, it's yours.
Just what we do?
Yep, just give everybody a, right.
Okay. So my name is Alicia Gregg. I'm the care coordinator for the Putnam County Isaiah 117 House. We have a three-part mission, with our priority being that kids that come into foster care, we offer a place for them to go on removal day. So if a child is removed from their homes, it is common, if they don't have placement set up, for them to go back to the DCS office and to wait there until placement is figured out. That is taxing not only on the DCS people who are working, family case managers in their behalf to try to find a place for them to go, but also it adds trauma for kids who are sitting in an office in a scary place. So we are a actual house over near GCC, and the FCMs come with, the family case managers come with the children to the house. We offer a place for the FCMs to be able to sit and do whatever work they need to do, whether that be trying to find placement, reports, we know that's a thing. And then we have volunteers who come into the house to play with the kids, bathe the kids, do lice treatments, feed them, make meals, whatever they need. We provide a lot of kids who are removed or come straight from school, so they often show up with nothing. We have clothing, shoes, toiletries, toys, games. Every kid that comes in gets a blanket and a pillow, something to take with them to future placement. We also offer for foster families easier ways to say yeses. We are constantly providing beds and bedding to our DCS office here in town, and just to make it easier for foster families to be able to say yes, or kinship families, placements to be able to say yes. I think a lot of people don't always realize that a lot of people who become foster families don't know that they're coming, like it wasn't in their plans to become a foster family. They are taking somebody that they have relation to in some way, and so they're not always prepared for that. So we have beds and bedding that live down in our giving room. We've had just this year, I don't remember how many, four twin-size beds I think we gave in January, bunk beds, mattresses. Just last week I gave an FCM a bed and a mattress just to help that transition into their new place. We also have fire extinguishers, things like that, in order for a placement to be approved to take children into their home, there are certain qualifications they have to have, and home studies and things like that. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome. Questions?
Great thing.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, I guess we'll just go down this list, right? The first one up on that we got here is for Thrive. Their request was $35,865.
I'm good with that.
So am I.
I'll second.
Okay.
You get that, Mr. Inslee?
Yes, sir.
Christina?
You keeping track there?
Yes, because I've got it typed up.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, the next one on our list is economic development. It is at 60,000. I am fine with that.
I agree.
I agree.
The next one on our list is the Senior Citizens Center. On mine, I got 25,000. Rick has 20,000. What do you have on yours, Tom?
20?
20?
You want to give them a $5,000 update, considering the price of food? I'm okay if you are. With that.
I'll go with 25.
The next one is the Edgelia project. That's the annual payment that the county has to make for the drainage and stuff that they put in years ago, and it's a bond. Anyway,
I screwed mine up, Jim.
You did the last one.
I did, I put 25 in there.
right,
Sorry,
I seen that, that's one I might as well catch you on.
That's my bad.
Well, anyway, the cost of it, the payment for it is $31,216.25. So, I guess we're kinda locked into that one.
Yep.
All right, Tom?
Yes.
Okay. The next one on the list is rural transit. They provide service to anyone. You call them, make an appointment, they'll come pick you up no matter what. My family had to use them quite a bit last year. They were very good. And their request is for $40,000. And I say give them the 40,000, but it's up to you guys. That's what I got.
I agree, and also they get money from the Board of Health on that. so
Right.
They do a fantastic job.
I agree with you. We skipped, in the past, we've done Edgeley a debt of 10,000. We
Yeah,
talked about that a few meetings ago.
Yep,
Are we all in agreement that we're not gonna put 10,000 in there?
I agree. Yep.
Hear that, Jim?
Yes, sir.
Because there's plenty in there.
I guess I'm going off my sheet, not Jim. Sorry, Jim.
Well, I just wanna make sure we get it as record.
Right, yeah, right,
Yeah.
okay. The next one is Beyond Homeless. I said 25,000. Rick, go ahead, you
I
get,
said 40,000.
you know,
They're struggling. I know they take care of people from outside of the county sometimes, but they're struggling. They've had federal cuts, state cuts,
And we sure don't need to close the doors.
and we do not want them to close the doors. So I agree. I mean, I think, you know, that's double what we give them last year.
when I hope, I mean, I don't know, if I need to make some phone calls, or if we all do, we need to get in contact, because, straighten me out if I'm wrong, this one here, this home here represents what? Is it Owen County, Hendricks County, Montgomery County, and Putnam, and is it Clay or Park?
They get, there's some from Clay, they get some people from around, yep.
I think we need to start approaching these other counties to see if they'll start kicking in money, which I know the town of Greencastle does contribute, I think they do.
And I have talked to some of these counties at conferences and stuff, so they have no desires to help.
Well, if they have no I mean, I don't wanna pick on, I'm not picking on any of the people that
So
come
you
here.
turn a homeless person away just because he lives in Clay County?
Well, no, you better not, you'd be in trouble. I'm not saying that, but I mean, I just think we need to put pressure on these other county officials.
And you get zero disagreement out of me, I agree 100%, that they should help. Because they don't, if you look in the state, there really is not a lot of homeless, and I know that's not the correct terminology anymore, but, so shelters is the correct terminology, but,
I will agree with you and Tom on the 40,000. The next up is our food pantry. Anyway, last year we gave them 25. I say 25. Rick's got 25. Tom, how do you feel on the food pantry?
25.
the reason that I don't think we, and I'm not 100% sure, it's been a couple of years since I've talked to them, but they never submit an ask like the senior center does. They're just, yeah, so. People's gonna ask, well, you give the senior center a little more, but not the food pantry, but.
Right. The next one is the Isaiah 117 house. I submitted 15,000 for them to receive. Rick submitted 15,000 for them to receive.
15,000.
And Tom says 15,000, so there you go, ma'am.
Isaiah 15:15, or
Yes.
Isaiah 117:15.
Huh?
15?
Oh, yeah, 15,000, yep. Sorry.
Christina, can you get with her, or can you get with the auditor's office to understand the process of how you receive that? Thank you.
Next one up is People's Pathways. Anyway, I don't know why, I tried to lower your money from last year. Anyway, sorry, Will. I got down 15,000. I was just doing North Putnam math again, I guess, but anyway.
You're
Rick-
okay with 20?
20.
Andy, are you okay
Yes,
with 20?
that's fine, yeah.
Okay.
We'll skip the county war chest yet. We'll go to adult education. I've got 30. That's what they requested, so that's what I put down was 30. Rick, you put down 40.
I did put down 40.
And Tom, how do you feel?
I'll go with 30.
She did send an email to you guys, I.
She did.
Okay.
No, it's very valuable.
Oh, it's
It
essential.
is very valuable to help the adults and others in our.
I had my
county.
edit money, I had it already down before I got the email, so.
But I just put in 40 to, I feel like we have room in the edit plan, and if we're helping constituents of this county further themselves in the world, who knows what 10,000 extra dollars can do. But that's the only reason I put it in there. I'm good, however you two go.
Where we laying on the money right
You
now?
have the 30, right, Jim?
30, yes, sir.
Next one is the Putnam County Mental Health Association. They requested for 14,000. Anyway, I say 14. Rick says 14. 14?
Last year we what, 10?
Yes. You adding all this up, Mr. Inslee?
I have a new one that I added to the edit plan.
Right, I forgot, I got it right down here. The next one that Rick did, and I did forget all about it, is the redevelopment commission that we started up for countywide for the TIF districts. Rick, has got in there for a startup of $40,000. I never, when I was going through this, I forgot all about you. I know Kristen has met with me and stuff. I agree for the 40,000 startup.
Agree.
That'll get us going and. So.
We will have to, okay, you'll still do, we were talking, so the redevelopment commission board, board as a whole needs to be bonded. That's for Indiana code. We did not do that last year when we started up because there was no money being received, but this year we will. So we were going through Christina and we're like, well, can we just take it out of the, the commissioner's bond line and then we'll put it back in once we receive funding. But if we're gonna do this instead, she will still be the one who will get the bond for the, the blanket bond for the commission, but, so, perfect, thank you. We'll take it out of that line item instead.
So how much money we got left now, Mr. Inslee, from the one?
How did you have the rest of it split up there?
Mine I had for, but since my math's gonna differ, I had 1.1 million for the county highway department for roads, bridges, and equipment purchases. And then the other part was 131,619.75 for the county war chest. But this is all gonna change now after what we've done, so.
Tom, what'd you have for the,
Well, we got that late request yesterday from Roachdale. I don't know if we can help them at all with their sewer thing.
well,
I don't know, it was late.
I'm not against help because we have helped others with that, AKA Fillmore. They really don't have a dollar amount in there yet.
Right.
That's something that, we're doing
In the new part, what it is,
Yeah, this morning, it's a okra. So it's kind of same as what we did at Fillmore and Van River Lake and that. To me, that's something we could come back
Okay, I will.
and we could take that out of.
I can let Debbie know.
You know,
It might
right,
take that
Christina,
long.
we can take back, I mean, it just has to be appropriated, same as everything
take a year for them to get over.
Because we don't know exactly how much they're gonna need.
Right, exactly.
Their match for their sewer project's gonna be $150,000, according to the email.
Right.
But that doesn't say how much Roachdale has, if they're gonna have some skin in the game, and,
Right.
with Fillmore and Van River Lake, we helped make up the difference of that with economic development money over the past 10 years. So,
Yep. I will report that back.
so we can do that if that way we can go ahead and, with the edit and.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fine.
So what did you have highway war chest stuff, or, Tom?
I'd say, I had 500.
500 for the
Oh,
highway?
what the hell, 500,000 for the highway.
Because I did 300,000 for the highway and 700,000 for bridges. So $1 million total is what it was on my plan, so. I know that you guys are all together as one, but trying to figure out, because I know there's some equipment that we literally just talked about.
And I think I think the need for a new tractor and a grinder will save us money too. Especially when we go to re-blacktopping roads where they can go down and grind it out instead of having to add extra blacktop to level a road out that's grooved out so we can get it ground and all that. The roads may be closed a little longer to the public other than the people that use them, but I think it'll save us a lot more money in the long run instead of having have to build it up 12 inches on this side and you're down to 1 inch over here. I mean, that's just wasting material.
What you got over there, Legal Beagle?
He's slow.
500,000 to the highway.
Now, see,
500
Andy,
bridges.
people gripe because when I was president, the meetings ran long. Dude, we're almost 2 hours in.
I know.
You just ran the battery time.
And we had an executive session that was supposed to start about an hour ago.
Now, yeah.
Okay, what you guys told me, I came up with a total of $376,081.25, which leaves a balance that is yet to be distributed or attributed of $1,126,459.79.
1,126,459.75, correct?
That's what my math shows.
Okay. Well,
Two of us had $1 million or $1.1 million going into for highway.
I wanna do a correction here. First off with that, I will change my vote to Area 30 adult education and increase it to 40,000.
You went 40.
Okay, I did.
I'll go 40,000.
So we got 10,000 less there to work with.
Okay.
Area 30 is going to 40,
Yep.
Yes,
Trying to get mechanic out.
adult education is.
Did you read that in between the lines there?
and I'll still stick with, I'm gonna stick to 1.1 million for the county highway. And then the remainder be put into the county war chest. So I'm leaving that
So
up to
that's
you guys.
highway and highway.
It's highway, it's everything, yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
roads,
say.
bridges, equipment.
I'd say 500 the highway, 500 bridges.
I agree with the million, and the reason I take 100,000 off is because we don't know how much Roachdale's gonna need,
Okay,
okay?
yep.
So, we'll go $1 million highway,
And the balance, million highway,
yeah.
balance,
Or you wanted that differentiated between roads and bridges, or just 1 million?
I just say one money.
Tom?
That's, I,
yeah, but you guys did it different ways, I think you just say highway.
Well, okay,
it's highway,
all
that's
right,
what I'm saying.
I'm good with that.
And then the balance war chest.
Yes.
And that math, if it was awful, I mean, it's close, but that's what you guys are looking
Yes.
for. Okay.
Okay.
Go back and change the adult education to 40, and we'll do.
So, you'll bring that back to our next meeting, we'll formally approve it?
I I will, I can, if you guys wanna, yeah, I had.
Or tentative agreement?
You can sign it right now, and I'm just gonna redo the sheet, the cover sheet is what he told me to do, and.
Okay, so we can make a motion to approve it now?
Yes,
Is that what you're telling me?
that's what I'm telling you.
Okay, then I'll make a motion, we adopt the 2026 Putnam County Economic Development Income Tax Plan as presented.
I'll second that.
Unanimous.
If that's the case, Andy, can I get you to sign our annual contract then, and I'll make sure that. Christina
Sure.
is on it? Wonderful. We just need the president.
Just know that if
Look at her,
council
she-
doesn't approve that, then that you won't get the money. Council has final say so.
And that's fine.
Just a moment.
And I'll make a copy of the minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So this is per,
It's pending council approval.
pending. That's good, yeah.
Okay, that's done. It's Brian, right? Or, huh, Daniel? Daniel, come on up here and, he's the new Russellville Town Board President. There's been some,
Why, Russellville Town Board President?
Yeah, we don't get up here that often, do we?
No.
I'll try not to use up a lot of your time. I've been in here for a while.
Welcome to our crazy world.
Last year, let me get dates, that way you guys know.
it was in August or September.
Yeah, I printed off the minutes here. What was it? The first time it was spoke about was April 7th. Matt Biggs contacted you guys over our tornado siren. It's about 25 years old. It's got some major malfunctions going on with it. We had a bid done, or a quote done by JES and Sons. And the first one we got was for $25,400. Well, and then you guys, back in April, or May 20th, you guys gave us $10,000. Well, our previous board president never went and got the funds, so you guys still currently have those funds. And our quote is outdated. So they did another one back in August, which was like 28,000. So I called JES today, I've talked to the owner up there, and he is getting us a new quote. He said it's gonna be right around the 28 to 30,000, because it keeps going up. So I'm actually asking to see if we can get a little more than the previous 10,000 from you guys to help us out with this.
Define a little more.
All of it. I know before you guys have helped out, I think Cloverdale getting one before, and I don't know if there's a couple other places, but I know,
They were through a grant.
were they through a grant? Russellville don't have a whole lot of funds. You guys know us up there. We're pretty well dying off. I'm trying to, I've been working with Lisa here on some projects, trying to get taken care of. I've talked to Jim a couple times on some other things. So,
Like I told you previously, I mean, I was in contact with her after it was all approved and all that. She should have gotten, and I told her several times to get in touch with the auditor to get that, to get it going.
and we
And
knew
then,
nothing about it.
and then also I talked to Eric Chris, the manager at Arkwood landfill, and he said, have him come over and talk to me. He said he'd be more than glad. So I mean, my suggestion right now is that we've done the 10,000. Somebody needs to get in touch with Christina on that and get a claim in. And then I think I would try to get a hold of Arkwood to see, cause I'm sure they wanna be kind to the neighborhood.
Do you have his number to?
Yes,
give
I've
him?
already
Yes,
given it to him.
He's already gave me that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't, this is
Right.
all new.
No,
I was talking to him before the meeting, and he, told me that he gave all this information to the previous president. Well,
Well,
you
we're-
guys all know how that
we're-
is. Sometimes that
We're not
information
gonna
don't
worry
funnel
about what's
back.
behind us, let's
Right.
look
So
at go
that's,
forward, yeah.
I'm trying to step
So
forward with
I
this.
would say, get in contact with Christina on that, on the claim. and then pursue Eric and see what you come up with there, then come back to us or whatever. But I'm sure if you go and talk to him, I'm pretty sure that they wanna help the community out.
I wanna try and do this as quick as possible because, Donald Campbell is that guy's name that owns that JES. And he said these quotes are only good for about 45 days or something like that. He said because they go up so often. And he's gotta keep calling and getting new prices every time.
So is this replacing it, or is it?
This is to replace the whole thing with a new system. Which is, I think he said it's the exact same system that Cloverdale has. So, I'm just trying to.
Before you leave, auditor's office, figure out how to get that money.
Yep.
And then call, yeah, cause I'm with Andy, I think they'll be more than happy.
Yeah, I will definitely get a hold of,
To help bridge it.
Yeah, I think they'd be more than happy to help you out on that. And if it doesn't work out, just let me know or let us know, and we'll try to go from there.
I appreciate it. So, that's all I have,
Okay.
as
Well,
of now.
thank you, Daniel. Yep.
Appreciate you coming down.
Yep, thank you.
Does anybody else in the audience have anything?
Yes. Look at that, see, we still got another hour to go.
We done give you a talk.
I know, I'll be brief.
Excited.
I know you guys deal with legislators on the state level. I don't get too political, although we all got our jobs that way. Senate Bill 285 needs to be killed. It is making homelessness a C misdemeanor, at which time our jail, you guys know the statistics there. If not, I'll have it for you today over in that little envelope. But if you know state reps and senators, Senate Bill 285 needs to die on the vine, making homelessness a C misdemeanor, in my opinion, as the sheriff of Putnam County, because it's not needed and it would cause more of a hindrance than a help in our community.
Thanks. Anyone else? Okay, I got a couple of things, sorry. Let's see, one we've touched on. Let's see, that one. Okay, my question to you two is, I know we need to set a meeting up with the county trustees. And,
Is that bill gonna make it?
I don't know,
I don't know that the bill's gonna make it.
but I'd still like to have a meeting with them.
Okay,
So what I'm asking you, before I contact them all, you guys will give me a date and I can tell them that we'll have a meeting on this date, and then if they show up, they show up, and if they don't, then,
Are you talking March
yeah,
evening?
that would,
You want a night meeting, correct?
that would be better, yes.
What do you got Thursday the 12th?
I've got it, I'm tied up that.
Okay?
Hang on, Thursday the 12th,
Is anybody going?
that's the solar meeting. I think I'll be down in Cloverdale.
Oh, March 12th is solar meeting.
Yeah.
Is the week of the 22nd, March, is that spring break? Right? Okay, so
Well-
70% of the county's gone,
What about,
which is awesome for the rest of the 30% of it.
what about the 10th?
I'm trying to think what the 10th is. See, the 17th would be council meeting,
That's 17th.
10th. I can try the 10th. Does the 10th work for you, Rick?
Yep.
March 10th. Okay, 3/10/26. Okay.
What time is this meeting?
I'll say 6 o'clock. Then I'll let you know if it happens or not. I guess if I get majority, that's more than we had. The other thing has been brought to my attention, is I've had some people, contact me and they want the courthouse opened back up from 12 to 1. So, anyway, I'm bringing it up.
The offices, you mean?
Yep.
What, did they say why?
Huh?
Did they say why?
Well, some of them say, well, they come here on their lunch hour and then they can't be here on their lunch hour from their job to take care of business because we're closed.
And just to clarify, like, before decision was made, that was just to close the entire courthouse, okay? So if you go back before that, some offices were open over 12 to 1, some
some
were
were
not.
already
They chose, I mean, like, I worked in the prosecutor's office, it's always closed 12 to 1. Clerk's office, some of those offices, they
Planning.
They put s-
12 and 1.
they put staff in there because people come and make child support payments or whatever, that kind of thing. So when the decision was made last time, it was to close the courthouse completely. So there is elected officials that they may decide to have their offices open or not from 12 to 1. So I think the decision is whether or not you're closing the courthouse down completely.
Okay, so if you take that statement, then closing the courthouse down from 12 to 1 means you've locked the front door.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I think that's where you,
We brought this up.
I mean, I'm saying that's where you're making that decision, and like, then it's not anybody, it's not an individual office holder's decision at that point in time. I mean, they can stay open if they want, but if the courthouse is closed, it's closed, right? I mean, and, you know, sometimes court's gonna go over,
But our original decision was not to close the courthouse doors, but to close non-elected offices from 12 to 1, right? Because elected officials can do whatever they want, we can't say yes or no to anything.
I thought you guys just closed the courthouse, but I don't, I mean, I don't.
Well,
Yeah, that's, I don't.
Well, some of the
They would be
cops
over the departments,
Right,
like
right,
planning, for instance, because they are over that department.
correct.
And you have to look at, you know, there's how many people in the county, how many complaints have you gotten?
correct.
I've had a few just because they went back and paid child support on their lunch hour. And can't do it till.
Right, but then again, if she chose not to have that off, you can leave the courthouse open and she could choose
Right.
not to have that office open. I mean, I'm just,
We decided last meeting to keep the east door open, so,
You had a judge ask for it to be closed.
yes.
Well, he's one of them that called and I've talked to, and he said either open it up or shut it down. And another thing is, he wants all employees to start walking through the scanner and no one coming in this north door. Everybody must enter from the east door. That's his idea. So,
And why does he want that? I don't care. but
for
why does he want
security reasons, he says.
that? If we're gonna do that, then everybody that comes in through the east door needs to be scanned because
Right.
it's picking and choosing right now.
Right, I agree. I'll walk through it. I don't care. Exactly.
But you have public just being able to walk through
Well,
there.
the public
They're
shouldn't
not
do it.
scanning everybody. Right.
Okay, well, we'll talk about this here, you know, on that, but anyway, I'm just passing the information along. So,
Okay.
We're having a security meeting with the judge sometime.
yeah, but anyway, other than that, I think I've got all that stuff down.
Hey, just to throw that out there, if you guys do decide to open it up, we have enough staff now that we can flex time where before we didn't. So if you decide to open all the offices back up for lunch, the planning department can do that now because we have people that cover that.
That was your mic drop right there.
Yep.
Sorry.
I got nothing.
I don't,
Let's have our other meetings and we'll circle back to that.
yeah, that'll be fine. Thank you all for coming. Can I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Unanimous. Thank you all.
Good luck your next meeting.
No, you're supposed to be here, buddy.
Yeah,
That's where I need to go, is restroom.
I just wanted to let you know, we're having a Don't Dodge the Issue event, and it's coinciding with the open house for the YMCA. They just told us
Okay.
that last week, so I just thought I'd let you know, come and see.
So on, 2 weeks, yep,
Yeah, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
okay, yep. All right, I'll try to make it down there.
That'd be awesome, that'd be awesome.
Thank you.
I have another question.
Yep.
Thank you so much for the approval too. I can't tell you how that helps us, just immensely. I thought I'd ask, and I thought it would just be on the, I can ask for the meeting. You guys were kind enough to light up for green for mental health
Yep.
awareness week, and we'd like
So when do you need that by?
I mean, as soon as.
When's it start?
Oh, it's 4-day, but, they'd like to
Well,
administrate all
let's
the
just,
public
okay, well,
buildings.
let's just do it next commissioner meeting.
Okay, I
Do you
almost,
come to, do
I
you
almost
come,
typed up today,
do you
but I
want, do you,
thought,
no, you could've, I'll open it up to anybody.
okay,
But the next meeting's at night, I don't know if that works for you or
yeah,
not.
that should work for me.
Okay, go ahead and just tell Christina
Okay.
to put you on the agenda for the be March, what is that, the 2nd? Oh my gosh.
Yes, March 2nd.
March is gonna be here before we know it. Yeah, just have her put you on there and, yep.
Okay, that sounds perfect.
All right,
Great.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy, sure
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Which one?
The one where they made you president.
No, I didn't miss it. I was here. It was his idea.
It was his idea? Yeah, congratulations.
No, I wanna get, before I'm concerned, you can have it, I'll just see what happens.
Oh, just give me last look. We'll make it work.
All